Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new edition of the Mr. Informal Podcast. We are on number 87. Not only that, we are almost there for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Wow. So, please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal, and check out my website, mrinformal.com, mrinformal.com. So, what are the 4 topics for today's podcast? Well, we are looking at number 1, Adidas closing domestic factories, meaning they are closing the US factories. I wonder why. They had that initiative going and that plan, but apparently it did not work out. Number 2, Google is becoming a bank. Yes, the same Google that you use on your cell phones, the same Google that you use on Gmail, the same Google that actually records every part of your internet moves. Number 3, YouTube's new policy. It is absolutely getting ridiculous. I cannot imagine why. Hopefully there are competitors. Last but not least, Nike will stop selling in Amazon. I wonder why. So those are the 4 topics for the Mr. Informal Podcast. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you actually listen and gain some insights. And so this is Mr. Informal. Let's go ahead and start the podcast. The first topic for this Mr. Informal Podcast, I go by the name Mr. Informal, is from the website Hypebeast. So the article states, Adidas to shut down robot factories in Germany and US. Adidas has recently announced plans to shut down its robot factories in Germany and the US. Instead, the sportswear company to send some of the inside these factories discovered over the production facility in Asia, a move it stated will be more economic and flexible and will provide opportunities to expand the technique practice at the factories to product categories beyond footwear. Wow, that is a terrible paragraph by the Hypebeast. So the factories were originally created to implement rapid production and bring the production process closer to its consumer. Obviously, its US is the number 1 consumer. Additionally, by localizing manufacturing, the brand was able to avoid increased wages in Asia and higher shipping costs. Adidas originally planned to create various robot-powered factories around the world, but it appears as though the model is panning out to be too costly of an endeavor. So, head of global operation Martin Shankland stated that the factories did their job in expanding upon the company's innovative manufacturing process, but it would actually be more effective to brand to take the findings and apply them in supply in Asia. So basically, we found out that going to Germany and Asia will be more costly, whether it's robots or not, whatever. And you found out, hey, even with the increase in wage in Asia, it's still cheaper in Asia. So, what do we have here? Well, basically, Adidas was making a plan. It didn't look so well, even though me, personally, I predicted that, or I guessed that this was not gonna go too well. It doesn't matter if you have robots or not. The fact is that you still need to maintain those robots. You still need people to maintain those robots, to fix them, to do some maintenance, to correct them, to time them, whatever. You still need more people. And when you have people working here in the US, obviously the wage is much higher compared to Asia. This is not rocket science. It is that simple. How could you not predict that the cost of manufacturing, expense, maintenance, maintaining the building, obviously timing when it comes to production in the conveyor belt or whatever it may be to produce these shoes or to produce whatever products you are producing is going to be more costly. So Adidas has stated the Speed Factory production will cease by April 2020. At the latest, Adidas will continue testing new manufacturing methods in Germany while it supplies in Asia for its discoveries to use during production process. So that is absolutely too bad. I feel sorry for the people who lost their job, and certainly, I mean, this is not looking too good at Adidas in terms of press. I don't want to hear innovative manufacturing process, because it's certainly not. Don't tell me that robots are now innovative. Maybe what, 30-40 years ago, but not anymore. I mean, robots can make lots of things. They can make plastic, they can make cars. I mean, cars are even much more complicated than shoes, but for some reason they're not gonna get that. So in conclusion, with this article, it is too bad that people lives are gonna be hindered because they will lose their jobs, but we have to move on. Certainly I'm not happy with the way Adidas is running things in regards to the top management. I mean, whoever made that decision should certainly be fired. Moving on to the second topic. Another article from the Hype Beast: Google to offer checking accounts by 2020. So the original article is from the Wall Street Journal. They will begin offering the checking accounts in its Google Pay app, codenamed Cash. Not only that, it's also providing a partnership with Citigroup and small Stanford University Credit Union. So, I mean, we can get all complicated, all that stuff, but ask yourself, do you trust Google with your money? Certainly I don't. And what is it with tech thinking, hey, you know what? We should be banks now. I mean, Apple has a credit card, but they're not a bank. I know PayPal, but PayPal was originally money transactions. So, what's the deal with Google announcing being a bank? Well, first of all, Google should be focusing on how to improve YouTube, and I'll get to that later, how to improve their services, how to improve their devices. Why are they moving on to different aspects of the industry? Certainly, if they can't make their device and ecosystem correctly, why should the consumer accept Google being a bank? They should not. I mean, look, I don't like having my money on the bank. I really don't. But if I want to use a credit card or a debit card, I have to. I wish everything could just be cash. I mean, the more the government sees our money, the more they're gonna tax us. So, look, I'm not gonna be surprised if people sign up for it. They're thinking, "Oh, I'm the first one to get a Google checking account," and then they're gonna use Google Pay and the Play Store, tap to pay in groceries, wherever it may be. They have tap to pay feature. But the biggest concern about this is, let's be honest, it's just privacy. I mean, do you really think that Google is not going to collect your data and not sell them to advertisement? Certainly you're wrong, because they're going to know how much money you have. They're also going to know how much money you owe, and then suddenly you start getting offers of loans and then credit cards, so and so. And then you wonder, hey, where did this come from? Well, it's pretty obvious it's from Google. And look, I'm not really about this. I know Google's gonna try to push this. They're gonna say, oh, do you wanna sign up for the checking account? Oh, we got free rates. Oh, you get money when you sign up, and then have certain deposits, or even automatic payments, all that type of features. I mean, it's gonna go on and on. Look, don't get me wrong, Bank of America, Wachovia, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Chase, they're all the same. And any of these tech groups are trying to change the way banking does, well, good luck. certainly the central banks is not going to be happy about that, and I'm not even happy about the central banks. So I'm sure you've been hearing things, and I'm sure you've seen it on YouTube. So YouTube new policy, basically YouTube can close down your account, your Gmail, your Google account, and your YouTube channel for any reasons at all. Any reason. And if it's not commercially viable for them, meaning if you have low users or low reviews or low video counts or low video likes and not enough subscribers, they will close down your account just like that. So nobody likes it. I don't like it. It's not because I don't want my channel to go down. It's just that it is absolutely stupid. There are channels out there and videos out there who doesn't have a lot of subscribers, but they got a lot of hits, and now that they have instructional videos, certain videos that may be useful for you, so and so. And for me, I only do this part-time, so it's only a hobby thing, so it's not for me to seek money. So Google can claim, this guy's not commercially viable for us, let's close Mr. Informal down. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. So it's not just me that has a problem with this. It's basically every channel that has a video content in YouTube. I mean, YouTube can say, this has been here last year. It doesn't really matter if it's been last year, it's been this day, it's been that month. But for you to say in your policy, you can close down that account for any reasons at all, or if it's not commercially viable, well, certainly, hopefully, that the competition would rise up. And me personally, I'm very, I guess, blunt. I wish they could just take YouTube down. I mean, if this is gonna be like this, then I would not be surprised if YouTube just become non-existent in the future. It's not worth it. I mean, they keep changing YouTube. We should make it safe. That's another thing for you to answer, is that if it's kid friendly. I mean, I'm really trying to understand this. Is that why is it that we see, physical types of, you can even say physical fights on YouTube, and yet they're not flagged? So certainly the sponsors are paying Google to keep them up, and yet the actual people who actually upload these videos are the ones that's getting a hit. So basically, if you're not paying YouTube, then certainly YouTube does not care about you. I mean, if you don't have a million subscribers, YouTube don't really care about you. Do I really care about YouTube? No. Like I said, if YouTube goes down, I don't really care. So where does that lead us? Well, certainly a lot of people want a YouTube competition. Another company, an alternative to YouTube. Hopefully others can work it out and can work out the plans, the hard drives, obviously the upload system, whatever it may be. Heck, you can even start out a company without any payment plans, or you don't even rewards these users. You know what? Just get as many videos as you want, and that's how YouTube started. Upload as many videos as you want. As it got started, as it got more popular, that's when the ad revenue started, all that stuff. I mean, just follow the way how YouTube used to be. It's that simple. Let's not complicate things. But in the end, I'm not happy about it. A lot of people are not happy about it. The people who have their accounts closed already are not happy about it. Certainly, don't even tell me if it's kid friendly. It's the internet. Kids can just type in 3 letters or 4 letters. Suddenly, an inappropriate images or search suddenly pops up. So, that is my take on that. On to the last topic. The article is from retaildive.com. Nike to stop selling on Amazon. Nike will stop selling its products on Amazon according to a company statement emailed to Retail Dive. Retailer will continue to use Amazon Web Services for its website mobile apps. As part of Nike's focus on elevating consumer experiences through more direct personal relationship, we have made the decision to complete our current pilot with Amazon Retail. The decisions end 2-year pilot with Amazon, which has begun as a means to prevent counterfeit Nike products from being sold on the marketplace. So Nike cares more about brand presentation than consumer reach. Wells Fargo analysts wrote in an email, adding that they don't need distribution just for the sake of distribution. Simply put, Amazon didn't feel a clear need of Nike's distribution strategy, given the efforts of Nike has made on the digital side of compelling online efforts, they wrote. So why did Nike even bother with Amazon then? So apparently Nike wants to pursue, wants to have a direct connection with the consumers, which that doesn't really make sense. If that's what you want to do, then what's the point of selling to Foot Locker? What's the point of selling to other retailers? Why don't you just make a Nike store and then call it a day? There are decisions, I don't really understand the answers that Nike spokesperson is giving here. You can say, oh, we want to look for other distribution. Oh, we want to stop selling counterfeits. Are you serious? You can go anywhere. It doesn't have to be Amazon to buy counterfeit Nikes. Most people need to understand that Nike's products are made in China, at which China is the biggest country in the world that makes counterfeit goods. If you are producing something in China, that means that they are producing the same item in the same factory. They probably have the pattern. They probably know the fabric code. They probably know the letter code. They probably know the kind of machine that they need to use. It's pretty obvious, Nike. I really don't understand these types of answers and these types of press release that Nike is giving. So, more to this, specifically in our sample of 80 items for each brand, only 21% of Nike products were available on Amazon versus 65% of Adidas and 64% of Under Armour. The group wrote, in addition, Adidas and Under Armour both had a storefront on Amazon, while Nike did not. They also pointed out that Nike still had a partnership with Walmart's Jet.com, though it remains to be seen if working with slightly more upscale marketplace will be a better fit for Nike's brand ambition. No, because Nike is not upscale, and if Nike think they're upscale, well, they're wrong. Anyone who says Nike is upscale is absolutely wrong, and this is why the company cares more about brand presentation, brand recognition, and the brand itself than actually consumer connections. And while Nike is busy thinking about, hey, how can we make our brand be much more upscale or be good to us consumer? Well, certainly if you make it easier for a consumer to buy your product, then it's a win-win situation. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't understand, you're selling it in Amazon and yet you're selling it in Walmart. And you can say, oh, it's Jet.com, and yet Jet.com is not even an upscale version. It's nothing. It's just a marketplace. Same with Amazon. It's also a marketplace. It's where you buy goods. And it really baffles me. Nike's still going to sell to Foot Locker, to Finish Line's Chance Sports. Still gonna say it's eBay, probably Dick's Sporting Goods, Nike, Target, whoever it may be, other distribution retailers that right out there. But I think it's not even about that. I think it's just more that Nike is not, I guess, bending on its knees with Amazon. Nike doesn't want that because Amazon has control and probably Nike doesn't. So where does that leave Nike? Oh, they're probably just gonna find a different distribution. Me personally, I would improve on Nike.com website. I would improve Nike store website front, and obviously how to improve the mobile app. I mean, look, if you don't want to sell to Amazon, why don't you just improve your own stuff? Is it really that hard to think about that? This concludes the Mr. Informal Podcast, the 8-7 podcast. I am Mr. Informal. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you gain insights into the 4 topics that I have discussed. Don't forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal, and then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. And so, I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.